Okay, so you have two beautiful sides, which is awesome because some people come in here and they're like, no, I only have one side. I have one side today because I have a catastrophe happening.
Did you wash your face before you went?
I thought I did. No, I did, but I just didn't do it enough. You're like a Neutrogena commercial.
I believe you.
You're like a Neutrogena commercial. Nikki Starr Noche. Mm-hmm. It's Italian, which means walnut. Mm-hmm. But it can also phonetically sound noche, which means night.
Which is my other half in Spanish, Italian, because I'm Italian, Colombian.
In Colombian, amazing.
Yeah.
So you are a spiritual healer, but you also have a medical background and you've studied nutrition. And how do you gather what I need when I come and see someone like you?
So I generally ask people what their intention is, like what brought them to connect with me. And some people feel like, they just feel like they want to connect more to their purpose and they don't really know what they want to be doing. So those people I would direct towards life coaching. Mm-hmm. Some people feel like, I've just been feeling like I'm going through this really challenging time in my life and I just need some healing, and I just know I need to heal my heart, maybe people after relationships. This is more like energy healing work. Then there's some people who are stepping more into their power as a healer, a facilitator. They know that they have some powers and they want to up-level their life. So with these people, we may do more of the ritual work, teach them energy tools and techniques that can make them more radiant or protect them and things like that. So really, we all have a little magician in us and we just have to, it's really easy. It's like, I don't even know why they don't teach this in school, but it's just like they don't teach nutrition either, but this reality, so much of it is energy.
Right.
And so when you start to learn how to manipulate energy, it's like how you think, how you talk, even the language, the words you use, and knowing that you're manifesting in every moment. So it's almost like school. You go through a whole training of how to operate at a more optimal level.
Southern California is probably the most spiritual place in the country, if not one of the most spiritual places in the planet. And you can do research on Yogananda coming here and the Theosophists, and there's a reason why a lot of spiritual people over the past 150 years have ended up here. But at first they were kind of laughing at me, but there's a lot of regular dudes that just like me wouldn't necessarily be completely open to this opening, not because I'm telling them or preaching at them, because they see how I'm changing. And then they're like, oh, well, let's dabble into a little of this. Is that something? You're from New York, so I'm sure there's a lot of skeptical type of personalities and mentalities you deal with at home. And
totally, and I think that you're touching on a really key point, which is being the example. Mm-hmm. So when your energy is bright and radiant and beautiful and magnetic, people are going to be like, what is that person doing? Right. And so that's a big part of the success of my practice and my journey has been because I have gone on my own personal journey and have healed myself and have really understood all of this for myself firsthand and then embodied it and live it, and then it's about teaching it.
One of the things that you offer is Reiki?
Well, Reiki is one of the kinds of energy healing I do, but I actually also do something called prana therapy.
Okay.
And I also do another type of energy that's connected to light.
So tell us the differences between those.
As I was sharing before, this reality is there's energy everywhere. So different types of energy healing come from different sources. So imagine there's these tanks of energy, right? So Reiki comes from one lineage and source. Prana therapy comes from another. Light energy healing comes from another. And there's so many. If you Google energy healing, you'll find tons. And basically it comes oftentimes from different teachers, different lineages, different countries, different practices. We're connecting to different places in the universe. You can think of it like that too. So the ones, let's say prana therapy that I do, that is connected to the breath and the earth energy. So as the healer, I'm standing behind the person and both me and the person receiving breathes in a certain way. Deep breathing, and you can imagine the breath supports and assists this energy to go to different places. And I always instruct the person receiving, think about where you want this energy to go. And I've had people instantly no more pain, they just direct it there and it goes away and they feel so much better, or they felt tired or off and then boom, energized. Let's say the light energy that I do, that is more, and people describe the prana therapy as more like grounding, and it is, it's more connected to the earth's energy. When I'm doing the light energy, with that, sometimes I start singing in different kinds of frequencies, and people see colors and lights and different things behind their eyes. Sometimes they have visions, and a lot of people describe this energy as like more expansive. And when I'm connecting, that's more like cosmic energy, right? And so then
I know, but I'm laughing on behalf of maybe like that skeptical guy that's, no, I love this. This is like, I get it. But so someone watching through the social media is like, this is crazy, but I'm laughing on their behalf, but we're winning them over. Go ahead.
Totally. And then let's say Reiki, for example, that uses different kinds of symbols. That's connected to a specific teacher that originated from like Japan. And a lot of times that's connected to like this violet light, and you can do different positions, and then different symbols are for different functions. So if you want to make the Reiki stronger, if you want them to like heal the past more, if you want it. So it's like every kind of energy.
But the symbols that you're seeing in your head, or do you actually put some?
So for Reiki uses symbols, but the other stuff doesn't use symbols.
Because when I've done Reiki, they put crystals, but I haven't noticed symbols.
So those are the Reiki symbols, and each Reiki symbol has a different function.
Oh, okay, I see.
So depending what you want to do for that part, like maybe you want to bring in another energy, you want to amplify the energy, you want the energy.
Clear up a bunch of stuff down here and connected that up. It's been a process.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something a little bit more edgy and provocative here.
Totally.
Have you ever practiced with psychedelics? Mushrooms and ayahuasca?
So I did in the past, and just like you said, with different crystals can be different teachers, there was about a 2-year period that I was like, okay, these are on the planet, why are they here? I'm curious. And so I did all the natural ones of like mushrooms and ayahuasca, peyote, and I'm glad I did them because I feel like I can say that I did them, but it was clear to me like, oh, okay, this is what you do, and I can get there without that.
I don't want to rely on psychedelics to get there.
Well, because the thing is that when I sit down for a meditation and I light a candle, even if I don't light a candle, I can drop into these energies. Like, you don't need it.
Right.
You can go there. And it's about like really cultivating your ability to be a channel. Mm-hmm. And we have this ability as humans, like we're here in this physical form, but we have a soul and a spirit that's connected to that source of all that is. Mm-hmm. So you can just connect and you can just download whatever you need.
For sure. Now, do you think that because of the fact that you have these gifts innately, and you're probably like 50 yards ahead of like the average person in terms of accessing them, do you think that when you do something like ayahuasca, it throws you so into it? Well, that it's like, whoa.
First of all humans have these abilities.
Sure.
So that's what this awakening of humankind is about. It's about all of us turning this button on.
Right.
All of us. And do some of these, like ayahuasca and stuff, could they help some people? Sure. Can they harm some people?
Right.
Sure.
Totally.
There's some people you can see it's like they're not fully present, because parts of your soul can get lost in different dimensions. And you really do have to be careful.
And you can bump into, let's just, dark entities.
Yeah,
totally.
I had to get an exorcism when I got back from Peru.
Really?
Yeah, that's
okay, if you don't mind me asking, like, the experience, like, what happened? I mean, did you bump into, like, some dark forces? Well, because they see that you're a healer, so they'll come after you.
It's like putting on a light bulb and then the moths come. So what happened, because I'm so energy sensitive, the moment I got to Peru, I felt the energetic warfare happening. It was like light and dark forces in the jungle. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I was there. Mm-hmm. And like you said, so not only like when you have a bad experience in life can you learn, also when you have like a bad experience, a bad experience in ayahuasca can you learn. When you have a bad experience in life, you can learn. I feel like I had to go there and have that experience to know like, you are a worker of the light.
Yes.
You don't need to be using these kind of mind-altering substances. Sure, they're on the planet. Right. And she's everything, darkness and light. Totally. And so like I've made an oath, like I work for the forces of light. Right. And so I don't need to start like going to all these places. Like I know what my mission is. I know what I'm here to do. Maybe some people who feel a little stuck or lost and they've tried everything or suffer from really bad addiction. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm like, go do it. Like if you're at your bottom end and like you're looking for a medicine to like jolt you, the risk sometimes is worth the benefit that could possibly happen. But if you're someone that has these abilities and capacities, also be careful because it turns into like a drug in the sense that people are seeking answers outside of themselves, and people become addicted to ayahuasca. Like, I need to know, and then they don't trust their own. So now I need to share something that I didn't talk about before when I was asked about cancer, either on this show or another show. But cancer and other diseases can be caused by entities also.
Wow.
And so, but I didn't know we were going here. So now that we're going here, like, so things like black magic.
Yeah.
When people put things on other people, this causes disease.
Wow.
This is the energetic realm. So oftentimes, if you get like a brujeria or a hex or a curse removed from you, it could cure your disease.
How can sex be good for your spirituality? Can it sometimes be bad for your spirituality?
Totally. So it's funny, I was on a podcast yesterday and he said, you know, if you had to share, if you're gonna die and you had to share like one last piece of wisdom, like what would you share? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm gonna share this. And it's really to warn people about the dark side of sex, in the sense of watching pornography and a lot of masturbation, because this is a waste of your sexual energy. And pornography is feeding sex trafficking. So that's modern day human slavery, where women are taken. I mean, they've even made movies about this, but it's more than you think. Women are kidnapped every day to feed the pornography industry. And then this creates also a dysfunction in sexuality, because what's being filmed is not true lovemaking, true sex, and authentic connection.
And you're getting addicted to a screen and an image where you're not even part of it.
Exactly. And so then a lot of times people are having sex, but then they're like thinking about their porn. And so this is not connection, it's like the opposite, really. And even if we're talking about entities, they say that the porn entity is like sucking.
Not to get Catholic, but it's Satan. Like the satanic entity is definitely gonna be like, you know, in some, and look, I've gone through phases in my life where I've gone to like parties and like, you know, and it's like, there's a lot of darkness going on here. Like, you people need to learn how to love.
Imagine like sex was like fire. Like sex was given as this beautiful gift to humankind to help awaken our consciousness, because we have 85% of our life force living here in this center, this energy center. And when you learn to move the energy through breath, through different visualizations to different parts of the body, you feed your glands, so you create more health, you create more energy, and then you have this whole huge potential of energy to use in all your creative endeavors. So writing books, painting, inspirational ideas for new projects and jobs, and so you become like a superhuman when you learn to master your sexual energy.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. I'm gonna go to one of your meditations for sure. I need a lot of help. Let's cut this, and now you're gonna lead us through a meditation.
Okay.